Detective Comics 1102, Tom Taylor writing with MIKEL JANÍN on the art. So last issue was the boat comes to Gotham, Batman goes to investigate, really well done, and the big thing at the end was that there was a virus on this boat that Batman now has, and that's kind of where we pick up this issue, is Mr. Terrific telling him that, yeah, he's got it. He can kind of freely move around for like 36 hours. There's like an incubation period before he becomes contagious. So we actually get this ticking time clock kind of thing where it's like, 32 hours till quarantine, 28 hours till quarantine. We kind of get that throughout the issue a little bit as Batman tries to use what time he's got to try and find who's responsible. And obviously he's like got Mr. Terrific and whoever else try to find a cure or a way to fight it. Not to save himself necessarily, but more just because this thing's supposedly coming to Gotham, and a city without fear is going to tear itself apart for all the obvious reasons. So, so a lot of this issue is the investigation. He has Oracle help him, which leads him to like someone who owns a company with this logo that was on one of the outfits on the boat. Which is King Chemicals, so Tom King's behind it, clearly. That's what they're telling me there. But
that really cracked me up though, just because the people confuse the Toms, right? Especially for a period at DC. So him finally getting his revenge, Tom Taylor. Call it King Chemicals, which not a great logo, which I thought was hilarious. It's the king crowned on like a gas mask, right? So I was like, this is a logo of a bad guy, right? Like, so I thought that was pretty fun.
I mean, he is a bad guy though, so I mean, he's being honest, I guess. He's not false advertising. Truth in
marketing for once. I will say is I loved how the setup for this felt very James Bond, right? With Bruce going in, right? Like he has a mission. He needs to find out who this King guy is, or Louis King, right? And they're going to a foreign country, right? They're going to Cosnia. And goes to the casino that this guy owns. And again, it just felt very James Bond in a very complimentary way. I know you're not big on Bond, and I'm not that big on Bond anymore either. But I feel like Tom Taylor. I just did it again. Tom Taylor really knew what tropes to hit, and I think that it made for a fun early part of the book.
Yeah, I mean, he knows he's got like an old girlfriend there, so he uses her to get into the casino. And there is a line here that popped me actually, which is Bruce saying that he's not very great at cards. He doesn't remember if two pair beats a straight, and then he just throws out, "And I never know what to do with the Joker." And I just like, Bruce, come on now, you're cracking jokes, right? Just for you. No one else in the room gets why that's funny, but you know why it's funny.
No, he had to. I got that, and then they ended up playing blackjack as well, which which is accounting, which I think they make a thing about him not being good at numbers despite running a business. That was another fun joke at Bruce's expense.
Yeah, obviously he's just playing dumb effectively and making dumb choices. And it seems like this guy, King, has become this wealthy and built an empire through gambling. And Batman did note out when Oracle said that like it's kind of impossible to build real wealth from just gambling. Like it doesn't really work that way. It doesn't happen. So there's something even fishy about that. Now, obviously, as we get to the end of the issue, it's very clear that this King guy is actually someone else who's changed his appearance and name to get away with whatever he's doing. So this is an alias. Oracle looks into it and says none of the photos of this guy beyond a year ago are real. They're all digital fakes. He's only really existed for the last year. Whoever this is someone who just created an alias about a year ago, and they've covered their tracks, but we can tell that it's changed. And while this is happening, we cut back to Arkham Towers in Gotham, and like some guys working for the bad guy presumably come in and like shoot the guard, and they come to get someone. They're breaking out. Someone mysterious. We don't see who it is. We only see their back, and he says, "Is this a prison break?" And they grab him quite rough and says, "Well, it's a prison, and you might get broken." And it's like, okay, who's this that they're breaking out? My first guess is Scarecrow, is Jonathan Crane, just because we're dealing with fear, the lack of fear, and obviously the lack of fear is the opposite of what Scarecrow does, but I do think thematically it would make sense to involve him. But there's definitely options for this to be a different villain, but my guess would be Scarecrow right now.
I just feel the dimensions, and we know that Yanin's a really good artist. The dimensions don't seem right for Scarecrow, right? Because Scarecrow is built very lanky every time we see him drawn. And this seems like a very normal.
Yeah, but like he's like extra lanky because of the outfit. I feel like this looks like a normal lanky man to me, if that makes sense. This is like
maybe.
Yeah.
I do like that they keep it a mystery because my immediate thought was Scarecrow, but I also thought like, well, then why not give us hints, right? Like it's meant to be a surprise, right? And us automatically jumping to Scarecrow, no, maybe that's part of it, But yeah, I the fact that we don't see who this is, I thought was a curious choice.
It's interesting.
I thought.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's interesting because the main villain by the end we're pretty sure is actually someone else that we'll know once they reveal who he really is. And maybe whoever this is would give it away as well, which is why they're keeping this, very secretive. But it also, this does not suggest that King wants this guy. He's not sent goons to get him because he likes him and he wants to break him out. It feels like he's getting him to be taken either because he needs him or because he wants to rub what he's doing in his face. Or, it doesn't feel like, I'm doing this out of friendship. It feels like, no, go get that scumbag. Like, I want him here to see this so I can gloat or whatever it is. So, it suggests an attitude in a relationship before we even know who either of them are, which is interesting. So, curious to see. So, there's more Bruce talking to this King guy and talking about, all these projects. And King gets a call and skedaddles somewhere, but Batman follows in the Batjet to a secret, what he thinks is going to be a lab, right? He's talking to Oracle the whole way there, and when they get there, he's like, this isn't a lab. It looks like, I don't even know what it looks like, to be honest, like a military base with maybe a submarine.
Yeah, it definitely looks like a foundry of some kind, like a big factory.
Yeah,
with all of the catwalks and the tube ways and all that type of stuff. There's like a steel girder across the top and then like a crane in the middle. So yeah, it's definitely a facility more than a lab, right?
Yeah. And it looks like there's either, if they're not big missiles, there's definitely something that looks like torpedoes or something. Also, Batman picks up a clipboard and the paper says Star Labs on it. Now, I'm not saying that this is Star Labs. Pardon me, but perhaps this company's stolen stuff from Star Labs and is using their tech for something, or that kind of thing.
Sure.
But basically, they're aware quite quickly that Batman's there, and he's like, "All right, like we have to self-detonate so Batman can't find any evidence." So Batman ends up having to try and save some workers that are in there who are being stranded behind. So very quickly we get into an action scene where Batman's getting buried under rubble, and that really weakens him. So when King jumps out and he puts his mask on and he says, "I am the Lion," and again, this still feels like an alias to me because the lion doesn't mean a whole lot. Does it mean something to you?
So it's because he doesn't have fear, right? So like a lion heart, someone that's brave, someone without fear. And that's what I'm getting at with him. Yeah,
but I meant in terms of does this mean anything to you as connecting to who it really is?
No.
No, yeah, that's what I thought.
Definitely it feels like a new character here. So
yeah. Well, I don't think it is though. Or at the very least, I think he's connected to someone we already know. And that's why the whole alias thing's happening. Maybe this is the son of whoever he got from Arkham. Maybe this is someone related to a villain.
Yeah, could be, because he said that he's from Toronto, but then we find out that he tells Bruce that he's also from Gotham, which does not go with the intel, right? And then everything about this Lewis King guy is fabricated in the last couple months, from what Oracle says.
He's the son of the Condiment King. They're both kings. No? Okay, I'm joking.
Both,
I'm joking, everyone.
And
don't.
The fear, and the original fear is that of a dry burger, right? You gotta put condiments on that thing.
That said, though, a dry burger is not as scary as a burger with mayo on it. That's even scarier.
Come on now. Mayo's fine.
Mayo's disgusting.
No, mayo's fine.
No.
Anyways, Batman and Cosnia. There's some detonations going off, right? And the facility starts to fall.
Yeah, Batman fights King, but he's too weak from all the rubble landing on him. He knows he's losing. He's getting the shit kicked out of him. And plus we have the countdown to him having to be into quarantine. King makes it clear that he knows that Batman's infected. He talks about his time running out. So Batman notes that, but he basically has to evacuate and run away. So he gets the Batplane to come in and put down a rope or whatever, and he gets carried out of there.
Yeah. it's a safety harness, right? So like when they have to do a rescue,
Yes.
that's what they lock you in. They carry you around, which I did like. I like that little artist piece here from Yanin. That's not just a rope; it's an actual thing.
I just couldn't think of the word. All right, what did you want from me?
I got you. I got you.
So as he's flying away, Oracle's talking to Batman, but Batman's passing out from the pain and the virus. So he's trying to be stubborn, but he's actually just physically given up. So it sort of ends with like a black screen with Oracle's bubble just saying Batman ? So no, it's a good issue. I mean, I think the only thing going against this issue, honestly, because it's fun, it's well paced, the countdown, this idea that he's only got like so many hours to try and investigate before he has to be in quarantine, or at least get a containment suit, as some of the solicits imply, is a nice sort of ticking time bomb element to it. It makes it feel like he's desperate and trying to like solve things. You've got some fun elements to it. But the one thing going against it is that the last issue was so freaking good and creepy and had such good atmosphere that this almost cannot measure up to it. But it's still very good. It was a really good second part to the arc, and the mystery of who the Arkham inmate was that was being taken is also quite tantalizing. I'm curious about that.
Yeah, and I also enjoyed the Bond element to it, of him going to the casino, playing blackjack, playing dumb a little bit, like he doesn't understand the game, to try to find out who this Lewis King is. So the ending with it going out and the calling it The Courage That Kills, I think is also a great title for this, because it's definitely the fact that there's this ticking time bomb. And he knows about, when the virus locks in, how bad it could be for Batman to succumb to it. It's making him a little bit more haphazard, right? So we're seeing kind of a sloppier Batman here. And so, again, Tom Taylor's very good at all this.
Yeah, had a good time. Yanin's art is very good throughout. Obviously, again, it doesn't have the creepy setting in the last issue for him to show off some like different skills. But yeah, some of the stuff, just the simple page where Batman's flying out to this other country the first time he's like going there and he's on the call to Oracle. Just the panels having this kind of angle to them as you're going down the page just makes it feel like you're moving. So it gives you the feeling of him traveling. Simple stuff like that, just really good. And obviously, I enjoy his line work and his faces. I think that scene where they're at the blackjack table and it's like doing the close-ups of Bruce, the lady, and then King. I think those moments all look good because there's kind of this like sly, like, oh, we've all got ulterior motives, but we're all pretending to be friendly kind of thing going on. And the art adds to that because you can sort of tell they're putting on these like suave facades, these characters that they're portraying in the scene. So. Yeah, good stuff. All right, what are you giving Detective Comics?
Well, it's 8.5.
Yeah, I think I'll just go with a straight 8. I think, but yeah, very good. Good time. Looking forward to where the arc goes.